Still beeping. It had a fault, right? Let's click on faults. Yeah, adapter over current. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. It's the Bluetti power station. Really been interested to review this power station. Basically, we're gonna unbox this, check it out, see how it performs out in the environment, and see all the different kinds of devices we can attach to it, and just how this thing performs. Let's go ahead and get started with the review and see how this thing works. Just gonna go from the beginning, guys, just show you how the package comes. Very well protected. Yeah, so we're gonna have boxes within boxes. That's for sure. 120 volt AC 200P model is the one I got. So this is the actual box. There it is. 2,000 watt, guys. So go camping, overlanding, whatever, and you'll have a full-on battery power system that will last you probably for your camping trip. We're greeted with the instruction manual and an intro card. Tells you everything about it, what all the cables do, all the buttons and ports. We got a little bag with a drawstring on it. This looks like it's going to be all of our cables. Like in how they have kind of a Velcro strap for all their cables. That's convenient. Solar panel cables, cigarette lighter charging cable. This plug here, I haven't seen this one before, but at least they give you different options in your plug design. Looks like this is one of those release lock plugs. Pop it in and it locks in like that. The other side has the extra gigantic power port there. And then we have one of those normal power plugs right here for the charger. So look at that big thing. This is the Bluetti charger, and this is a big old charger. It's got a fan on it, and you can see that's where this end is going to plug into. And that's going to go into your wall to charge the device. Of course, you don't need this if you plug it straight in with solar panels. This is just to plug it in from a regular like home power source. And then that's the plug that's going to go into it for charging. First layer complete. Wow, really nicely packaged. They even have another bag. Boy, this is a big boy. The box was so big I thought it was going to have solar panels too, but looks like I'm going to have to get some other solar panels for this thing. Wireless charging, oh nice. So if you have a phone that can do wireless charging, 2 wireless inductive chargers on the top. Let's take a look at the front. Power here. Let's just turn it on real quick. Initializing, color LCD screen. They send it at about 60% charged. DC output. Okay, so the same kind of connector that came with this cable here. You have a port there. 12 volt, 3 amp output right here. Whoops, I just started pressing. Wow, touchscreen, sine wave. So that's what you're looking for on these kinds of things, is they have an inverter that does a very high quality AC output. So that's the front for you. Now look at all these things. You can click on all these things. You can see what's being loaded as you're drawing power. DC load, AC load, PV input. You can see how much is coming in there. DC off. If you want to turn the outputs on or off, AC on or off. Pretty in-depth stuff here. We can look at faults. So if you had any previous faults or problems, you can check that out. Pretty awesome, man. Let's just look at all of the sides here. Cooling fan, when you got something plugged in that's drawing a lot of electricity, that's going to kick on. The other side, all the specs here, 2,000 watt total. Oh, the wireless charging is 15 watts each on those wireless chargers on top. Other side, we got another cooling vent. Here is our input. So that was the input for that one, this guy here. I guess I've never seen it, but it's a LiFePO input. Interesting. Wow, that's pretty neat. So you push in, it locks. You can't pull it out until you pull this decoupler ring, and then that pulls out. So that's an input for charging. And here is the other input for charging as well. So it's almost like that input is going to be for your solar panels. So you'll connect this in. Then you'll connect this to this, and then this is where your solar panel input is coming in. All right, guys, I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the truck, and let's see how it's charging and how it kind of powers a bunch of devices, and if it can actually perform how battery backup system should perform. Let's try it out. Okay guys, so we're doing a little bit of a test bed here with my brother's truck. I wanted to show you guys how the Bluetti's doing trying to power a cooler. An ice cold cooler that I'm also reviewing. And remember, you do have to press on the DC and the AC. You can turn them off. It's off by default. So you have to press this icon and turn them off or on. And it looks like to use this wireless charging on top for your phones, you have to turn that on. And then same thing for the AC. You're not going to be able to use any of these AC power outlets until you click on that AC here. And then also power that on. So it's already on right now. But yeah, we're getting a steady 48 to 60 watts being drawn from the cooler. I haven't even charged this thing yet, so it was 59% when it came. You can see it's about 56 now because it's been powering that cooler, trying to cool the inside of it for about 20 minutes now. But what I want to do is I want to connect a solar panel to it, and we'll see how much wattage we can get just from like a universal solar panel. Anyway, here's the cooler it's running now. This is an IceCo 75 Pro dual zone cooler. Pretty awesome. Go ahead and check in the description. You'll see this cooler. It's got 2 doors, 1 on each side. Really nice cooler if you want to check that out as well. Okay guys, so I got these solar panels here. I'm gonna go ahead and set them up, see what kind of input we can get with these panels, and then we'll also test some other devices like cell phones and stuff like that. But here are these solar panels. I'm just gonna set these on the side here, and hopefully the power cord will reach over there. That's kind of the longest cord I got. Maybe I'll just stick them right in the ground facing up. I don't think that cable is long enough there. Okay, so say you're out camping. We're gonna take the output of the solar panels. Can't really put these in the wrong way. Just gotta make sure they click in and snap. And then we put the other side right in the power station. Oops, that's the wrong one. So this one also has this cable for that coupler connector. There we go. Current charge, there we go, 1.9, 2.0 amps. These solar panels just being on the ground like this, that's actually not bad for being totally misaligned with the sun. I did also want to test this wireless charging on the top. So this is my brother's phone that actually has wireless charging. He even has a case on it. When you use the wireless charging on the top, you have to make sure that DC is on. Remember the stream there? So I have it on. We'll put the phone on, and you can see the phone is immediately charging. Let's try the other side. So I got a buzz and a charge. Nice. Let's just see how much it's taking. So that's pulling at least 8 watts of power to charge his phone with the case on. Okay guys, so kind of too bad I didn't get Bluetti to send me any solar panels. I asked them, but they just didn't have any to send. So I did try some other solar panels I had, and just make sure that your input voltage on your panels can be between 35 and 150 volts. Otherwise this thing won't even work for charging from solar, okay? But I did want to charge it in the house just to see how long it takes to charge and how this thing operates. So just plugging into the wall. This is the home charger they provide. You can already hear that fan kicking on, and we're just gonna plug that right in. And let's see what we get, if anything comes up on the screen or anything. So nothing coming up immediately. The charger is still green. So you have to turn the power on. If you just plug it in without powering this thing on, it won't charge. You can see we have a red light on the house charger, the home charger. And we can see our input here from the plug-in adapter is 464 watts going in, and we're at 50% charged. If we tap on that plug there, we can see that our input voltage is 54.8 volts. Input current is 8.5 amps, and input power is 466 watts. Okay guys, so it's been exactly 3 hours now, and I just want to see where this thing's at. Okay, we're at 99%. You see how the wattage, the charging wattage went down? So it's kind of like it's doing its top off, kind of balanced trickle charge right now. So that's kind of how these batteries are maintained when they start reaching their maximum. So you're looking at about 6 hours if you're down to pretty much 0, if you plug it into your wall with a 110 volt. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing just trickle up to 100% and bring it in the house, and we'll plug in a bunch of peripherals to this thing. I wanna just make sure all these ports work, you know, with different apparatuses. Okay guys, so what can we run on the Bluetti 2000 watt? Plethora of items here. I got a blender filled with ice and water. I have a hot water boiler, and I have a toaster. Those are the main power draws. 450, 1100 watts, and 1400 watts. We're gonna try all those. And then I have a lot of the peripherals I'd use throughout my day and also for my reviews. There's a Skydio 2 drone with all of its controller. Here's a couple of cameras, an iPad, and I also have my phone here that I'm gonna be charging as well. Let's go ahead and get to it here. I hope nothing blows up, but we really wanna test. This has a 200 watt hour rated continuous, and then remember a 3000 watt spike. I wanna try the blender first, so 450 watts. So let's go ahead and plug this in. Let's go turn it on first. I'm just gonna open up one AC port, plug in right in. We have to turn the AC on, remember? Compared to some other power stations, this one's a little bit more difficult to navigate the menu. Some of them are just super simple. You just press on a button. So the AC is on. We should be ready to blend. So say we're camping or whatever, we'll just do ice crush. Let's go. Let's see how much that's drawing. It went up to like 700 watts right on the screen there. Let me try that again. Now it's at 250. But yeah, it kind of maxed out when it was crushing the ice at right around 700. So that was peaking that out. So that's pretty cool. But now we want to step it up, right? Let's go to the hot water boiler. Let's plug it into the next AC output here. And all we do is click it on. Click. Immediately heard this fan come on. 1068, 67 watts. Takes a little while to boil water. So that's going to be pulling that much for a while there. So we're down to 98% power just running the blender like that. Let's see if we can run the blender while that is happening. So ice crush. Yep. 1245 watts. Awesome. So that is the blender and the hot water is going on. Let's run the toaster while it's boiling hot water. This will be kind of cool. So let's push them both down. Holy smokes. Okay, false. All right, that was maybe a little too much for it. 2,314 watts. I'm gonna unplug that. Still beeping. It had a fault, right? Let's click on faults. Yeah, adapter over current. So I didn't like that when I had both of those running at the same time. Any kind of heating elements is gonna be really hardcore on a power station. So even though it wasn't maxing out at 3,000 for that long, you could see that right when it was over 2,000, it started to warn you. I'm gonna start plugging in all my drones and stuff. 1,055 watts, plugging in the drone. Oh yeah, we have to turn on the DC, so DC on. So this is my cell phone fast charger. Okay, so plugging in the cell phone. Nice, that is charging. This guy here, this is another little backup power station that I like to charge. Let's just see if this charges it. So using the PD, plugged right in, yep. If it's blinking, it's charging. The DJI Osmo Pocket, yep. That green light's blinking like it's charging. Boiling water, it just clicked off. So that water is hot and done. Now we should be able to do some toast. So we are drawing 132 watts. Boom, double toast going down. Fan kicks on the Bluetti again. 89% on the power here. A lot of air coming out this side. Air sucking in on this side, on the left side. Okay, so the toaster popped up. Awesome, the fan immediately went off. And we got 87% power. So that did suck some juice, guys. Used 13% on our power. So once I have everything off that's drawing high current, the hot water, the toaster, and the blender, we're drawing 131 watts, charging a drone, another power station, 2 cameras, a cell phone, and an iPad. So that gives you a good demonstration on what you can and can't do with this thing. Just be careful going over 2,000 watts, what it's rated at. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that review for the Bluetti 2,000 watt power station. And remember, these are using the LiFePO batteries, the new ones that last a lot longer than lithium ions. It's the lithium polymer phosphate batteries. You're gonna get a lot more longevity, and this thing seems pretty good. I mean, the only negatives basically is you have to have a solar panel that can actually output 38 volts or higher for it even to work with a solar panel. So that's a con on my side. The second con was when you plug in a charger, it doesn't automatically kind of power itself up and start charging. You have to press power on that. Everything else seemed pretty good. The only other drawback maybe was it's heavy, of course, but you get a lot of battery power, and that just comes with the territory. Wireless chargers on top, that's definitely a bonus. A lot of different jacks for outputting power. One of the other cons, I mean, this is kind of a minor one, but usually power stations are pretty simplified, and there's just like a button to turn on, like a module cluster, you know, just a physical button. This does everything through the touch screen. So it's going to be like going through menus and stuff and switching to PV, switching to car charger and stuff like that. It's kind of like a little bit convoluted with all the menus, but once you get used to it, I don't think it'll be that much of a problem. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that and it was informative to you. That's my review of the Bluetti 2000 watt LiFePO power station. Go ahead and check out their website down below. I'll have the links down in the description down below so you can go ahead and get your own. They have a whole different line of power stations. They do have solar panels that work with these power stations. So go ahead and check them out and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.